let's see what's in store. First card for you guys. This is amazing. There have been, I think, 3 of you now who have had this card as the first card. So it's a busy tarot card for the month, and it's obviously a busy month for many people. The Tower, as most of you know, major arcana, it represents change at fundamental issues or fundamental core value areas. Often it suggests to us that something that we've been doing or been involved with, either at a personal relationship level or within, say, a career or an objective or a direction or idea, is fundamentally flawed. It needs changing, it needs addressing. So some of you will address it by purely leaving, moving on, swinging on out of here. Others of you will choose to try and remedy it or rectify it. It doesn't matter which way it's done, but whatever it is for you personally, it needs to be shifted and altered. Oftentimes when this card turns up, there's a degree of in-house fighting going on. So this can be again within a relationship, or often I see this card turn up when work issues are prevalent. Sometimes something significant like a boss can turn around and hand in their notice unexpectedly, or co-workers can leave, or there can be a clash between co-workers. Alternatively, this can also be within family units as well. So the Tower is a positive card from the perspective that it creates dynamic change. It can be very quick, rapid, sudden, unexpected and profound. But know that the direction it takes you in was needed and it had to happen and you couldn't put it off much longer. So welcome to the month of May in a big way. Your next card, the Six of Swords. Interesting to follow along from the Tower card. We've got the same type of colour energy vibration going through here, quite kind of dark and grey energy. But the Six of Swords denotes, again, moving out of something that has been a bit traumatic or negatively impacting into an area or a direction where there is much more positivity and calmness and happiness and clarity of vision, both physically and metaphysically speaking. So the Six of Swords can tell about moving on with people as well. So you often take someone, there is a person here in the boat with you. It can be that you leave behind people or situations that were traumatic to deal with or no longer serving you. There is a degree sometimes of a little bit of sadness as you move forward on this new step, because some of the things that you're leaving behind you either weren't necessarily ready for, or you thought they would be coming with you. You thought they might be a long-time plan, or rather a long-term plan. Moving into calmer waters is always a real positive thing. We know that we're heading then in the right direction. So you are re-steering your boat and you're steering it into calmer waters. This card can also represent going on an overseas holiday or trip for business or pleasure, sometimes associated with communications that have been taking place around a certain thing. Often it is across sea, so either within your own country but across water, bodies of water, or it can actually be via boat or something along those lines. So travel is another perspective of the card. Let's see what your next energy is. The Three of Pentacles is rather a beautiful one. It's positivity about your career sector and or your finances. For a lot of you, this can mean working with more than one person, possibly a group of 3 who are productive and putting their heads together to achieve some overall purpose. Now, if this is around your career sector, it might be a group of you working on a project, or you might have been put into a new team where there are 3 of you. You might have been promoted to oversee people. Also, this card often represents the certification of exams. So some of you may have been sitting exams and be finding that your certificates come through. So qualifications, achievements, notification, also acknowledgement of the work and time and effort you put in, and your knowledge and your honesty and hard work as well are also incorporated in this card. So remember, this is a broad reading for, thousands of people really who are tuning in to watch it. So whichever energy or thought or word comes up for each particular card, that's the one that will be more aligned for you in particular. So we'll see what the next one is, the Seven of Cups. This card tells us to be a little bit cautious of options coming. There is often a lot of activity around you when this card is present, and it can be significant of relationship energy or things that are close to your heart. So things you're passionate about or really intrigued with. Sometimes this is a card of caution and being careful on your decisions. Some of what you're attracted to or what is around you is not going to be the best choice to make at this point in time. So double check everything, verify statuses, and be careful who you give information out to, especially your personal security information. Don't rush into anything that seems too good to be true, because often when this card's around, there is a degree of falsehood in propositions and situations and people. The Page of Cups is the energy of the offer of love again. So we're definitely talking about feelings of things of the matters of the mind and the heart. This can be literally an offer of friendship or love romance coming. So some of you who are looking for new partnerships or new involvement in your life in the way of friends and just that conviviality feeling, you could be in for a nice surprise in around May. For others of you, you might be initiating love within current relationships that already exist. So taking them a step forward or into a new direction. If they were kind of platonic, you might move them into a romantic sector. Alternatively, if they were kind of distant friends, they might become closer as well. The Page of Cups also talks to us a little bit about youth in our life. So some of you might be involved with water sign energy, younger people who are playing a role in your journey in the month of May. These can often be family members one way or another, and they either require your energy and input, or they're offering you some advice and comfort and or information. The High Priestess, again, this card has come out a lot for the month of May. So we're seeing many duplicated energies and messages around, so they're quite specific with the type of energies that seem to be going on in May. So a lot of you, especially if you check your rising signs, you might find that you have similar messages coming through. The High Priestess is another major arcana card, and she deals often with esoteric knowledge and the connection to your spiritual perspective of life and the knowledge that you have attained. So again, we're talking here about knowledge and growth, power, understanding, dominion, and a degree of being in a superior position too. So whether or not, again, this is at work, I feel some of you are in for some sort of increment in your places of career or your places of work, where you're either given a promotion or there's some recognition one way or another. It can be to do with timing. This can be the new moon in the month, or it could very well be tied into the eclipses which happened in February. A lot of that ecliptical energy is becoming very powerful on the planet at this point in time. So we see a lot of that surge of stuff that you felt or began to feel back in February. It's coming to the fore and it's being acted upon now. Also, the High Priestess talks to us about esoteric values, so your spiritual perspectives and dynamics might be being uplifted or become more to the forefront in May. And as well, this card is also about potential new partners, a very sexual attraction and physical chemistry, and also fertility and pregnancy is noted in this card as well. And after it, we see the Four of Wands. This is a nice brighter colour here, energy. It's a happy card. It's very much about the happy home syndrome. So often this card will turn up when there is something like a wedding or a celebration, engagement, the birth of a child, reunions, that type of thing. This card can even portend to one of yours, one of you, that's a bit mean. Some of you could be on the receiving end of the offer of an engagement, or some of you may be getting married or attending a wedding. Also, this card has a feeling of moving into a happier home. So if you've been in a home environment, whether it's a flat or your own home or with a certain person or people, and it wasn't that happy, it's moving into a happier time period. Also the possibility of completely new home in another area, so you shift homes to a new home, which is a happier position for you all around. It's a very positive card. The Magician, one of my all-time favourites, number one in the deck, so new beginnings, and that makes sense after the Tower card. Very potent card. You have lots of opportunities to take any direction in your life into a magical phase. So you have to be aware of when this is and what it is that's happening. You have to feel through the etheric energy. You have to connect yourself to your spiritual subconscious, and the collective conscious. If it's about your career, you need to be open and aware. If it's about your love life, same thing, or your finances or your personal integrity. Any of those opportunities may come rolling past in the month of May, and when the bus turns up, hop on board and enjoy it and get with it. It's a potent card, well worth having in your deck. Judgment, another one that keeps coming up. So Judgment talks to us, again, it's a major arcana, and it talks to us a lot about listening to things and also people, and also especially messages from the spiritual realm. So your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, psychic energies, dreams, messages in particular, all of these things will have synchronistic messages for you that will become more and more relevant and important as the month and the year rolls on. The Judgment card is very similar in many essences to the Tower card. It talks to us about making changes at very deep personal levels to our integrity values, something that we have either been doing fundamentally has not been feeding our soul or nurturing us enough. We've been on the wrong journey. So for some of you it might be your belief systems, or you might have felt that you have been your integrity values have been jeopardized in a relationship or a situation, even in your career, or even your creativity may have been blocked and there has been no flow. It's all of these type of things that the Judgment can deal with. And so when you listen and you tune in to that divine higher power and essence, that's when you innately become more creative and understand your life's journey at a much deeper level. May is proving to be a very interesting month. I think it's going to be a month where many doors are open for so many people who can take on new perspectives and dynamics on their own individual life journeys. So it's a powerful month with a lot going on. And following April, I think it makes sense that that is possibly happening. The Devil. Another major arcana, another big one. This is again all about personal choices, obsessions, obligations, being trapped into something that wasn't serving you. And you've had three of these. You've had the Tower, the Judgment, and the Devil. You're really being told to listen to the inner self with that High Priestess. You're being told to make some changes at the core value essence of your life. Maybe for a lot of you, you're at a stage now where it could have even been stuff that you grew up believing to be a truth, or believing that you had to follow a certain path or line. You have come to understand that to be a falsehood for your own personal life. This is about you standing up and saying, this is my life, and I will not be subjected to negative people or negative situations, or I will not allow myself to give less than I deserve. You know, if there are obsessions that need dealing with, such as alcohol dependency or drug issues, if there are relationship codependencies or abuse going on, this is the hour, this is the moment in time when these doors are open for you with that Magician card, that you can turn so much around. Remember that none of these things are easy. These are your moments when you will look back later in life, that you will know the juxtaposition of change took place, and that you decided to incrementally, at whatever level or rate it is for you, to turn the direction, to change the channel, to bring in the higher vibrations, to make your dreams come true, to manifest them into this life. This is how deep this month can be. It's really powerful, it's insightful, it's got some driving passion and some very, very big energies behind it for you, Libra. I wouldn't turn my back on this in a hurry. I think you could have, it's like an epiphany type energy, you know, something quite big goes on. My God, now you've got the world. I mean, look, if we just go back, the world, the devil, Judgment, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Tower. You just wham, you know, it's full of huge potential change and energy to do something really big for the month. So let's come to the world. The world is about the end of cycles in your life. It's about feeling the freedom, understanding that you've reached this epoch and you've gone, yes, I've done it. I've climbed Mount Everest. I've this is a bit funny saying, but Sir Edmund Hillary, who was one of the first to conquer Mount Everest, when he got to the top, he said, I've knocked the bastard off, or something similar to those lines. And I get that feeling with this reading. Some of you are finally coming out of something that's been hounding you for a while. Is it your health? Is it this just feeling of being suppressed by something or someone? Is it the fact that you didn't have enough freedom in your life and you're finding your feet to be you and to shine your light? The world it's the end of a long cycle, and along the way you've learnt so much and you are this new person. You can take your knowledge, you can pass it on, you become something of the person who is like the High Priestess, with the knowledge to impart to others at many, many levels. It also represents going on an actual global trip somewhere, a big trip, often moving countries, leaving the old behind, finding new friends of different nationalities and different belief systems. You might find a new long-term partner in this phase of life, and they could be a foreigner. You may not even speak the same language initially. This could be involving a career change or just a change of desire to move to another country, or you may meet people on the internet even from overseas who become firm and lifetime friends. It's a powerful card with so many potential messages and meanings in it. It's also about sexual freedom and also about connections sexually. So much in here about new relationships, new interests, new partnerships, just a whole new paradigm of energy, full stop. The Seven of Rods is often about feeling as though you've been under pressure for a long time and that there's been a lot going on, and you've always felt like there's too many people on at you, you know, like you're defending yourself too often, and you've had to be in this position. But it says stand your ground, don't give in. You know, now is not the time to feel weak and say to yourself, oh, I just can't do this any longer. This is not the moment in time. This is your month to be strong and gather all your energy and powerhouse forward. In the Page of Rod, we'll finish there. He is the opportunity of new creative resources coming in at many levels. Again, this can be career, it can be just anything that you're passionate about in life. So passion, fire, excitement, career, desires, dreams. Also, again, potentially a new mate for some of you, or new friendships, who could be most likely a fire sign energy and could be a younger person. So again, the court cards often give us the energy or the archetype of that particular paradigm or situation, as well as they give us information about the type of people in our lives, and it can be either or. So even though the court cards don't seem that in depth, they can be actually more difficult to interpret than a card that has more of a specific meaning. But Libra, that's a full-on powerhouse reading. You have many opportunities. You have so much going on. You have a lot of points to ponder and opportunity for positive growth in your life in May. And I do think that those eclipses that happened earlier in the year, or that one that did, has really started to magnify its energy for you. So let's put these away and have a look at your last card, which is going to be a numerology card. And since we're dealing with the 5th month, we'll take the 5th card down. That was a bit noisy. Okay. Self-love, 61. And again, this card has come out before, very much the kind of colour of the sacral chakra energy. And I've just talked a little bit about that with you guys. This month I felt very much for you was about yourself and putting yourself first and honouring that position and not being afraid to stand up for yourself and acknowledge it, the things that you need and the things that you want. The blue Merkaba is also about communication, so there's a degree in here about communicating what it is you need and want with other people in your life as well. So the 6 and 1 add up to 7. It's a very self-reflective, introspective number. So there will be a degree of that going on for you in the month, which we have already talked about. So you can utilise the number 61 or 7. Both of those will have a degree of positive power, vibrational energy for you. So the card messages to focus your attention on loving and believing in yourself. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to make your relationship with yourself your number one priority, as this is the key to happiness and the manifestation of your dreams. Rather than dwell upon your shortcomings, you must accept and embrace who you are. And it is now time to start treating yourself like a friend by replacing any negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Statements that affirm you're lovable, worthy and perfect just as you are help raise your energy vibration and improve your life circumstances. So remember to set aside some time and write down all the things you admire about yourself, such as your smile, your sense of humour and your capacity to love. Every little thing counts and nothing is insignificant or minor.